Welcome to BhagavatSanga program. As you all know, this is our Srimad Bhagavatam program, and in this program, we read prayers of pure devotees. And the current theme is prayers by Prthu Maharaj. These are very beautiful prayers from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 20, from verse 23 to 31. Today, we have a very wonderful devotee, His Grace Satya Rupa Gauranga Prabhu, who will be presenting the verses from these prayers and his realization. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you for joining this evening. We discussed a lot by various devotees about prayers by Prthu Maharaj. Now we are discussing today again. Let me close my door. So when I observed these prayers, like Prthu Maharaj prayers, before we are going to discuss about Prthu Maharaj prayers, I first offer my respects and obeisances to our spiritual master, my spiritual master, Shri Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. नामाचार्य प्रदायिनी तायको प्रदायिनी गौरपदा दामदायी नगर ग्राम तारिणी नमा ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण प्रस्ताय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिनी नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So when I scrutinized these prayers from the Prthu prayers 4.20.23 to 4.20.31. So I observed three things, but not only this, any prayer, we need to scrutinize what they are doing it. Why we need to scrutinize those prayers? Why we need to read Prthu Maharaj prayers? That is between Prthu Maharaj and Vishnu or Krishna. So how it is related to us, right? So when we see that, we have often heard this story when a old woman carrying a bundle of wood on her head. It is a scorching sun, and she is carrying the wood bundle of wood to her home. On the way she is going, she is very thirsty and she is very tired and sweating. And king is passing by. King is so sorrow to see that old lady is struggling to carry this bundle of wood at this age. Then the king approached her. Mother, how can I help you? Please tell me. I'm the king of this kingdom. I can help you in any way. Can you please ask me anything? Then that old lady, not aware of the king's position, and she simply asked that, I am not able to carry this bundle of wood. Can you put it down so that I will sit under the tree for a while and again help me after some time and put it back on my head so that I will carry and go to my house. So as requested by the that old lady, the king respected her ask, and he did the same whatever he asked, whatever she asked. The similar story is applies for us also. So God, we don't know how that old lady doesn't know the position of the king. We also not aware the position of the God, the God or Supreme Personality of Godhead. So without knowing that, by not knowing his position, we will asking material benedictions. Whenever we ask the material benedictions, we are bound together. How she is asking for a bundle of wood on her head back, we are also asking, why God, give me that, give me this, fulfill this desire, fulfill that desire. It's everlasting. We are like moving around here only, from one body to the another body. It can be a bird, beast, other than it need not necessarily be a human form. So when we understand the pure devotees, when we see the prayer of the pure devotees, we will understand what we need to pray and what we need to ask. Then that we need to know. So similarly, if the old women aware of the position of the king, she would have asked a better thing, and she would have wiped out of all her miseries. She need not come to the forest, or she need not collect another bundle of wood for her surviving. Because of not knowing, there is no awareness, she has to do repeatedly next day as well. So we also, if we are not aware what to ask and what is our position, what is the God's position, then similarly we also keep repeatedly takes birth after birth in this material world, moving from one species to another species. So any prayer, if you see that, it basically contains the three major sections. What is the devotee describes what is the God's position, and describes jiva position, who are here in this material world, and what we should aspire. So these I put in these three sections. So, who is Prthu? I think everybody know this, but I will not spend much time. But we will quickly know about Prthu. Prthu Maharaj came in the like a clan of that Dhruva Maharaj. After many kings, Dhruva Maharaj came. After Dhruva Maharaj came, and he is born out of arms of King Vena. We know how King Vena is so ruthless king, and he is not respected. He was not respected brahmanas to perform their duties, and out of their anger, the brahmanas cursed, and he got killed. But knowing the fact that without king, the kingdom will be agitated by the thieves and rogues, so they wanted to immediately they need a king. So then now king is dead, so they have rubbed the shoulders of the king Vena, and from one shoulder Maharaj Prthu came out, and the other shoulder Archa, that Archi, the wife of King Prthu, and she is avatar of goddess Lakshmi, and King Prthu is Satya avatar of Lord Krishna. So he is empowered soul, like eternal soul, and sometimes God descended to the earth and exemplify and show how we need to do how we need to perform bhakti, and how we need to pray also. So these prayers is very helpful for us. So describing how to describe the position of the Lord, and describe the position of Jiva, and what we need to aspire. So describing the God's position, in the 4.20.27, Ata Bhaje Tvakila Purushottamam Gunalayam Padma Kareva Lalasaha. So Purushottamam, Purusha means enjoyer, and Uttama means the best. He is the best enjoyer. So there are different, Prabhupada nicely explains how three types of enjoyers who are Nitya, Baddha, material, like people who are conditioned, and Nitya Siddha, who is eternal, but they come and descend into the earth to uplift the souls, and another one is eternal souls, supreme soul, like Krishna, Vishnu, and Rama, the Murti Sakalesha. So in that they say that Rama, Vamana, Varaha, all these avatars, they are eternal and they are the supreme enjoyers. So here Prthu Maharaj is describing his quality, and he is also saying in this Gunalayam, means guna means a reservoir of the gunas, um, all transcendental qualities. So the Mayavada philosophers always says that in the impersonalistic view, takes the absolute truth as nirguna, without qualities. But actually, Lord is reservoir of all good qualities. We say as devotees, nirguna means he does not possess any material qualities, and he is omniscient, omnipresent, all pervasive, and cause of all causes, reservoir of all pleasures, reservoir of all knowledge, the all auspicious, and so on. See why we glorify the Lord, because compared to us, we are anu, which we are very, very tiny, but he is vibhu, unlimited. So when we see our position with the God's position, it is uncomparable. So we cannot stop ourselves without praising the Lord. He has such qualities of the Lord. So often says that the Krishna's eye is a lotus petal. So we think, I have heard in one lecture. So here they are comparing the eyes of Krishna with the lotus, because that is the near comparable thing, and we don't have anything more than that to describe the Lord. See, in order to tell us, so that is the best available comparison. That is the reason we are using. Otherwise, it is much, much beautiful than what is the lotus petal of the lotus petal. And Varada Ishwarat, in the 4.20.23, that the first verse, he used one word, Varada Ishwarat, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest of the bestower of all the benedictions. So he is the Varada, means he can give the benediction. So whenever a benediction asks, right, whenever benedictions get, so the karmis who is following the karma yoga, they want to promote to the higher planetary system in this material world. Jnanis and yogis wanted, they are like frustrated with this material life, and they cannot enjoy, and they want to get rid of this entanglement, and they want to come out and merge into the form of the God. Right? So that is what. So he can give any type of benediction. He can give any type of benediction, and he is the highest of the bestower of all the benedictions, Varada Ishwarat. And in that verse, also mentioned that he is the master of all demigods. So that is the Krishna's position. What is the Jiva's position? All right. Here, the 4.20.27 and 28. Prthu Maharaj wants to compete in the devotional service. He wants to do the devotional service um, to the Krishna or Vishnu, but always that is the he wants to hold off the lotus feet of the God, and he wants to massage and all. But that is the position of Lakshmi actually. So she is always that is the her designated service. But whenever I'm competing with her, he said that in the verse, I might get a quarrel with goddess Lakshmi. So when that quarrel happens, you will take my part because I am poor. So you are like Bhakta Vatsala. You are like you are like take part of the whoever perform pure devotional service. So here Prthu Maharaj is saying that himself he is a poor, right? He cannot compete with goddess Lakshmi, but he is trying to do the service as goddess Lakshmi. So whenever he need to quarrel happens, if he wants to take a side, you will take my side because I am poor. And he also says that you always magnify even insignificant service unto you. So whatever the service we do, it is not qualified, but you will magnify. Whatever I do little service also, you will magnify it and take my part. So here two things, Jiva's position is poor and insignificant service. So that is our position. When compared to you, we are nothing. So you need to uplift us. That is what the mood. So then what should we aspire? So in the first verse 4.20.23, no to Kaivalya. I know you are the best of all benedictions, but I don't need Kaivalya. Means I don't want to merge into your existence. That benediction can get in a hellish condition of life also. But I don't want that because I'm not getting the devotional service there. You are not there. So I cannot do the service. So I don't want Kaivalya. And 4.20.30 and Prthu Maharaj is saying that we should not be allured by the sweet words. The allurement you offer in the Vedas are certainly not suitable for pure devotees. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna mentioned that the flowery words of the Vedas, if you perform this, you will get it. You will perform this, you will get it, this material benediction. So if we keep on haunting with this material benediction, it is never ending. And it is, so again, it will bind us to this material world, and we it is into an illusion. We feel like we are getting our desires get fulfilled, but that is entangle us here into this material world. So if you give any allurements, that allurements are not suitable for the pure devotees. So I don't want any allurements. And Arya Sangame, so Arya means who aware Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Anarya Justam Asvargyam Akirtikaram Arjuna. You are talking like Anarya. So, like, who does not know who is the soul, what is the super soul, and what is the relation between soul and super soul. So, whoever knows that, they will call Arya. So I need Arya Sangame, association of the devotees. And in this 4.20.26, very powerful words used, Prabhu Maharaj, no intelligent person will give up the association of the devotees. See, it is very easy due to our conditioned nature. We are very apt to do and attracted by the conditioned type of works. But if we want against to our nature, conditioned nature, we need a support. That support we will get it through the association of the devotees. They will compel us. Whenever we are going low, they will tell us. We see, right, Satya Prabhu is organizing the programs. Because of that, we are forced to give, forced to listen. So this is the push we will get from the association of the devotees. And if any intelligence person shouldn't have given that association. They will not give up association of the devotees. And here in another word he used, if we degraded to the animal form, then only we will leave the association. So otherwise no one can. If anyone know the power of the association of devotees, they will not leave. And even goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, wanted to hear glories of Krishna. So I want to hear glories of Krishna. So how I can hear? Only with the association. Whoever know about Krishna. So that is, Bhagavatam is there. Bhagavad Gita is earlier also there. But when our Prabhupada come, when our previous acharyas come, they will glorify, they will give importance, and they will bring near to us, closer to us. And so if at all we want to hear the glories of, if at all we want to attract towards the Lord, so that we need to hear the glories from devotees. We should not hear glories from the Mayavada philosophers. And he also asked 4.20.24, he is very anxious to hear the glories of the Lord, and he need a benediction to have millions of years so that he can hear the nectarian pastimes of the Lord. So that is the benediction he is asking. He want devotional service, he want association of the devotees, he don't want kaivalya, he don't want material allurements, but he wants millions of years so that he can listen the nectarian pastimes of the God. And Srila Sanatana Goswami has strictly prohibited hearing from the mouth of non-devotee. What happens from the non-devotee, if we hear anything from the non-devotee, then that is like a milk. Prabhupada always writes in his purports, milk is nutritious, but when it is touched by the lips of a snake, it is no longer nutritious, it's become poisonous. So the same, if we hear from the non-devotees, it is going to scriptures from the non-devotee, it is same. People always think that why I cannot hear from anyone. So that is the Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu warned not to hear from Mayavada, even it is on Vedic literature, it will be doomed. we will be sidetracked our path, and we will never come back. And this Upanishad says that we will go to the darkest regions of the world. So we should be very careful, and so we need to hear the nectarian pastimes from the devotees only. And the last sloka in his prayer, 4.20.31, the excellent translation. Here, Prthu Maharaj is saying that due to our illusionary energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position. The real constitutional position is serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita is explaining us. And out of ignorance, there are always desires of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. These are the material allurements. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you, but as a father, not waiting for the son's demand, does everything for the benefit of the son, please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me. It's wonderful. The last statement. So here Prthu Maharaj is saying that he is not asking anything. Only he asked the devotee association and millions of the years. And what is the final ask is, whatever you think best for me, you do it. So we need to, our prayers also should be like this. Whatever I understood from the previous acharyas, if you feel that it will be useful, take it. Otherwise, if I make any mistake, it is out of pure my ignorance. With that, I'm ending here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. That was a very, very beautiful class, Prabhu. I just didn't realize how the time went by. It's very nice how you gave how we should understand these prayers. What is the structure for these prayers? So you first nicely explained that what's God's position, Jiva's position, and why we should aspire. And with the example of the lady you gave us, and it's really nice how you connected that structure to these prayers, and it was very easy for us to understand. And from the verses, which verses are talking about the God's position, which verses talk about Jiva position, how Prthu Maharaj says he's poor and insignificant, and how what should we aspire. I wouldn't take more time, but there were 2 points which really struck to me. One point was how important the association of devotees is. And only if you're an animal, that's when you'll give up the association. But if you have any intelligence, then you will definitely not leave the association. And the second point is we just ask Krishna, just give me whatever is best for me. So Krishna knows the best, right? What we really deserve. So very wonderful class, Prabhu. You totally gave a new perspective to these prayers. We really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the class. With that, devotees, thank you all for joining the BhagavatSanga program today. Very nice to see all of you all. We will see you all next week. Next week, we have His Grace Radhakrishna Prabhu coming to Austin. Prabhu's here for 5 days. So next week, we will have in-person Bhagavad Gita class in the temple. So please attend that. With that, we conclude the program today. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prashant Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity to talk. Thank you, Jai Shubhra Mataji and Satya Prabhu. Hare Krishna.